This quote was a special message to me that my dad wrote to me when I was having a really hard time in life, and it really resonated with me. So I wanted something to keep carrying on and to let us know why we go through hard times and why it's important to pick yourself out of those and be thankful. So keep reaching for the stars.
So I got a tattoo that says home, mainly because I saw it in one of the artists that I work with, his flash book, and I've always loved home. I've never moved. Moving to Toronto was the first time that I did move, and so having home with me just kind of made sense to get it.
The reason I got my back tattoo is because it symbolizes family, because family always has your back.
I got this tattoo with my sister to symbolize that we're always going to be together.
Okay, so I got my heart tattoos back in 2008, and that was to remind myself not to wear my heart on my sleeve, which I didn't listen to. The Logan one, I got last year, obviously for my son, and I will be expanding this tattoo on the other side of my arm as well.
My tattoo reads, "To thine own self be true." It's a quote from Hamlet that I chose because I found it kind of ironic that in context he was actually telling his son to be someone who he believes his son should be and not actually who his son was. And I got it when I was 18, coming right out of high school, and to kind of tell myself that it's okay to not always please everyone else and to just kind of believe in myself and be who I want to be and not care what anyone else was thinking about what I did.
My tattoo represents a memoriam of my godfather. He passed away 4 years ago suddenly. He was like a giant teddy bear to me, which is why the tattoo is of a bear. He played baseball and the guitar. His number was always lucky number 7 on his jerseys. He had a very important role in my life, and not a day goes by that he's not missed. This tattoo is for him.
Follow your arrow has always kind of been something that has been an important idea in my life, just because there's always going to be times where you're faced with a challenge, whether it be through work or a relationship or maybe in school. And at the end of the day, you can make a lot of different decisions that'll sway the way you go. But if you stick true to who you are and follow your own path, at the end of the day, that's truly what's going to make you happy.
I'm Christian and I wanted a cross.
I got my tattoo when I was 21. I got it because it reminds me of my aunt, and she has a smaller tattoo on her ankle, so it's kind of similar.
So the reason I got this tattoo is it is a sister tattoo, actually. I have a sister who's 6 years older than me, and we've always been super close, almost to the point where people think that we're twins. And we decided we wanted to do something special, so she went ahead and she designed this. The saying is actually, it's a Latin saying. It says, my sister, my friend, or there's another meaning of my sister, my love. And then we have our zodiac signs on either end of the saying, just to join us together.
So the reason I got my tattoo was all my life, video games has been a important thing, and I kind of like an escape from the regular world, going to school and then living that, and then coming home and be able to play a different story, I guess. So I've always had a favorite game called Assassin's Creed, and the main character of the game has this tattoo that I have now on my forearm, and I've always had an appreciation for it. He was a special character in the game, and the tattoo also stands for paradise, and I like having that on my arm and thinking about that.
I've had my tattoo for almost 2 years now. A bunch of friends and myself went out and got tattoos spontaneously in college. Mine is Celtic and symbolizes new beginnings. My parents had a really rough separation, so me moving away to college was my new beginning in a way.
I suffer from depression and anxiety. As much as I hate to admit this, I'm constantly sad. And to me, the saddest word in the world is almost.
I have the serotonin chemical combination, on the back of my neck due to the fact that I've dealt with anxiety and depression for about 8 years now. So I got it on the back of my neck because I'll never see it, but it's always there with me.
My first tattoo! So my sister actually drew these birds in charcoal and then painted them in watercolor for me. And it's a sister tattoo to represent leaving your troubles on the ground, spreading your wings, and rising above them. So just doing your thing and following your dreams. And then I added a quote for family underneath as well. That was actually from one of my favorite songs.
I chose this tattoo because this game means a lot to me. It's about friendship, and it has a dark meaning, but a powerful message.
I have 2 tattoos. Both are including flowers. The big tattoo that I have is for my favorite band. They've been there for a lot throughout my life. It has a flower, and my second tattoo is a rose that's traditional, and they both mean the same kind of interest for me.
I've always liked geometry because it was the only way math made sense to me, and it's quite aesthetically pleasing too. But recently I got into meditation amongst other spiritual things, and that was when I stumbled upon sacred geometry. The curved lines in the background of my tattoo come from a torus, which is a geometric shape that represents the flow of energy of everything in the universe. That includes the human aura, the way air travels around the globe, a diagram for self-sustained energy, and a bunch of other things. In the foreground, I chose 2 different plants, which I really like for their meaning, being rue and sandalwood. Both of them are said to expel negative energy in many different cultures, so when coming up with the concept for the tattoo, I thought, why not? It seems like a nice juxtaposition.
My favorite band, the Flatliners, has a song called Tail Feathers, and this was my favorite line out of the song.
I got my tattoo because music has helped me through a lot in my life, and I really wanted to remember the bands that helped me through the hardest times.
I got the Phoenix tattoo on my arm here because back about closer to 4 years ago, I was pretty, at the time, heavily into religion and Christianity more specifically. And I got this around, I was about 18 at the time, and I just recently got baptized through church and all that, and I got this as a symbol of rebirth because at the time I had actually kind of felt like I found a new self. And so I got that done, but then as the years went by, I've kind of faded away from religion and Christianity, but I still I don't regret the tattoo at all. I just look at it still as a part of my life that I'll always remember, and in a way, still that part of my life helps shape who I am, so it still in a way has a similar meaning, but the meaning itself also did change, but I still don't regret it.
The triangle is the symbol for a teepee. That means home. And the triangle is also the strongest structure, for example, the pyramids. And so the strongest structure in my life is my home, with 3 sides representing myself, my sister, and my brother. They're always there for me. They make me laugh and smile, and we'll always love each other and look out for one another.
I got the T-Rex because ever since I was a little kid, I loved dinosaurs, and to me, the T-Rex was a more personal and original tattoo of the sign of strength.
My tattoo is Lord of the Rings inspired. The outer circle of the tattoo is an image that appears on the cover of all of the novels. and the inside is the author's initials. It's important to me because the series was very important to me growing up and inspired me to do a lot of the work that I make. And I felt like I related to the characters within the books, and they helped me through day-to-day struggles and hard times. And I always think of the books when hard times come up in my life.
The reason I chose the periodic table is because it represents chemistry, and I'm currently studying biochemistry in school. And I surrounded it with ants because they're hardworking and dedicated to a greater cause, and I feel that represents myself and the type of work I want to do and the goal I'm working towards.